Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. So now we're gonna install Windows 95 in our VirtualBox, and it's gonna run in the virtual machine environment. So now I'm gonna still use Oracle VirtualBox Manager for my demo. So now let's create the virtual machine, and let's name it Win95 my name. Then you can choose the VM folder, the VirtualBox folder if you want. There is a default directory, but I want to use another directory since I'm using an external drive. So here I'm going to use this directory for my virtual machine. Then if everything is good now, we have Windows 95, Windows, and press next. Next, and the ISO image too. I almost forgot the ISO image. So just press other, then press Win95 if you installed it. You can find it in the internet. And press open. Then press next. So I want to use 200 MB of base memory, and I want 3 gigabytes of this. So you can use the given, but you can also customize if you want. And press next. Here's the summary of the virtual machine that we're creating. Then click finish if you're finished reading, and it created the virtual machine that we need. So now we're going to start off the installation of Windows 95 in our virtual machine. So it's opening up for a moment. Then there we go, the virtual machine has now opened. VirtualBox. Now it's going to open on a Windows 95 setup page. Here we go. We're opening at the Windows 95 setup landing page. So we want here is that we want to create two partitions for Windows 95, the C and D drive, so it can be used. And we want to put the set of files from the disk drive to the C drive, so we can install Windows 95 efficiently rather than waiting for the installation of Windows 95 in this computer. So this is useful and feasible if you have a lot of computers in a company, for example, and you can just copy the setup files first at C drive before installing Windows 95, so you can change to another computer. So it's pretty good and feasible for larger companies and larger computer networks. So now let's do just that. So let's press F3, then F3 again to quit setup. Then we're here with our CMD command line. So now we need to first create the two partitions. So what we need to do is we need to press A, drive A. Then now we're on directory drive A. So now what we need to do to create the partitions is to type F this. After typing fthis and press enter, it's gonna go to fthis options. So now we need to choose one option here, which is number one, creating a the DOS partition or logical DOS drive. Then press enter. Then first you need to create the primary DOS partition first, the C drive, then maximum size, then just press no, then press enter. So I want here is to create the C drive as 50%, or at least 60. I'm gonna use 60% of the C drive. You can put 60% or you can put the logical drive bytes. So we have 371 bytes. So in retrospect, if we calculate it and dividing it to 60%, we can have um, at least about to 60% is at least about at least 700-ish bytes megabytes to be installed. So in retrospect, or at least 1142 bytes. So if you want that, you can just put 108.42 and it's gonna install it like that. So if, but I want it to be precise, so you can put the percentage. Hold on, 60. Yeah, 60%. Then press enter. Now it's creating it through 60%. So it 1842.5. So you're gonna add, it's gonna just round it up to 1843. Then the primary just DOS partition has been created. So you're gonna press escape. Then we need to create the D drive for the other files that we can put another partition. You can just press one again, then create another extended DDoS partition, the DOS partition, then we need the size gigabytes percentage of the disk. So we already took 60%, so we can only put 40% in our drives. Oh, sorry. There we go. Then press enter. Now we have 60 and 40% in our partitions. Then press escape to define, and just press enter, and then just press enter. Then press escape. There we go. If we check um the drives, we all now have 60% drive C, then 40% drive D. So I did so we just finished the partitioning. Then now we can now control. We need to restart the computer, so just control and go to machine, then press reset, and it's now gonna reset our computer for a moment. It's gonna go back to the landing page, so we just need to press F3 again and F3 again. There we go. So now guys, we need to, before we can copy all of the Windows 95 setup files to our C drive, we need to format both drive first. Both drive first. So what we need to do is go back to a directory, then type format C drive slash S. Slash S meaning it's a system drive. So just press enter, and it's gonna destroy the data. Then just press Y. Now the formatting is done. Just press enter again, and now the format is done for C drive. Now we need to format D drive, so we just need to type format then D drive. Don't need the S because it's not a system drive. So just press enter, then press Y again, then press enter, then we're done with formatting D drive and C drive. Next, we need to create a directory to copy all of the files, the set of files of Win95. So what we need to do is just press MD for make directory, then press C drive slash name of the folder. I'll name it Win95. Then press enter. Now the directory is created in the C drive, the folder Win95. So what we need to do now is go to that folder. Go back to our disk first. So what we need to do is go back to the disk first. So the disk drive for our system is X. In other systems, it's E, but it depends on your VirtualBox and it depends on your system. So for us, it's X. So X, then just type copy, then multiplication, point multiplication, then put the directory that you put in the C drive. Just C drive Win95, then press enter. It's gonna copy everything to that specific directory. Now everything is copied. We can now go back to A, then type C drive, then CD Win95. Now we're in that directory with the setup file. Then just press setup. Then we can now press enter. Then now the setup is now working. So what we need to do now is you need to remove the optical drive, setup optical drive. We're gonna remove it and put it on another computer. If we need to install it on another computer, we're gonna remove it. And again, if we didn't remove it, here it's gonna go in the loop in the landing page. So we cannot remove it because we already copied all of the setup files to our to our C drive. Then you can now press exit. Here we go. So the Windows 95 setup is now working. So let's now press continue. The setup is 100%. There we go. Then the software license agreement. Press yes. Then it's gonna load for a moment. Now there we go, the collect information first, just press next. Manage directory, the directory is C drive Windows, so that's good. Then just press next. Now it's opening. There we go. So in Windows, there are a lot of options, setup options that is predefined for you. But in a lot of Windows, actually, not just 95, in every edition of Windows, there are setup options. But now we're gonna use custom because custom is for the all available setup options. It means it's the most customizable among the four in the setup options from typical, portable, compact. We're going to use custom because it's to create a more meaningful setup for us, a larger setup settings, not like typical for creating typical users, portable for laptops, then compact for compact servers or compact computers that want saving disk space. So now we're gonna go custom. Then press next. Then we need the product identification number or PIN. So in my case, I downloaded it from the internet and there's already a serial PIN um, available within the download. But if you bought it from a physical copy, there's already a serial number inside the box, and there is also serial numbers in the interwebs that you can search. Um, this is done because it's used to validate the copy that you have from Windows 95 to again to stop piracy. So now we can now use this serial number, then just type it in our box. So by the way, they use this because for piracy reasons. And again, this is not randomized, and you can actually reuse older codes because it has the same coding backend in the OS. So any code from the older age, you can use it, then you can use it again in another computer, and so on and so forth. So I don't actually know if a code is actually identified on a copy, but in some cases, any code works fine. So I guess it is just part of the system that any code from Microsoft, any Windows 95 code will work in any computer that needed Windows 95. So I'm not sure if it's copy independent or dependent. But in my observations, it's platform independent actually. Then this is press next. Then now the serial number accepted. You can now go to the user information. So since we're using a unethical copy, we need to push end user. Same as company, just put end user. If you're using an unethical copy, then press next. And analyzing computer use floppy disk. Just press no because we don't have the floppy disk. So this is done to oh wait, no, this is analyzing your computer. Need to analyze your computer first. Yeah, I agree with that. Then check network adapter and sound so it can analyze it better. Then now it's analyzing the computer. It would take a while for back then, and because it's analyzing the computer from top to bottom to find any lapses in your system or anything in between. So we're just gonna wait for it. Yeah, around 93% now. Yeah, around 96%. Still gonna wait. It's gonna take a while because it's still finalizing all of the analyzations created in a computer to check if the computer is safe for Windows 95. So we're just gonna wait for that. So you can see the SATA icon. It's red because it's installed in the Windows. Now it's done, so we can now go to this add-on thing, the connection for Microsoft Network, Mail, and Fax. So for logical reasons, you don't need those for the installation of Windows 95 in modern hardware or in modernized times. But since this is a tutorial for the sake of science, we can we'll check this for now. We'll press next. Then this is all the components that will be downloaded. You can uncheck and check if you want to. If you don't want that component, just remove the check, and it's gonna be removed. So you can only remove the one with white boxes because these are the ones that are optional. The ones with the gray boxes are the ones that is needed for the system. So we can now press next. And we can add a network if you want to create a network computer. So if I want to create a network, we can put a client type. Uh, the computer will be your client, the client of the network. Then you can put service type, shares files, only shares files in a protocol for the computer, then an adapter. So now just gonna use an adapter to connect internet. So back then you need to know what driver you're using, and you need to install it manually. But now in Windows 95, there is a automatic setup for that to check your drivers. So just press next, and again you can change the computer name, work group, and computer description. But since we're using unethical copy, we're using end user as our name. Then press next. Then now it has a summary of all your hardwares, and you can now install Windows 95 in your virtual machine. So just press next. Start up this. So the startup this is it's typically called in the modern Windows as diagnostic options. So back then the setup doesn't come with this diagnostic tools. It came with a disk, one floppy disk. And actually it's better because you don't need if the system got corrupted, the main system, you can use that as backup tools to retain your system, to put your system back. So since we don't have the floppy disk, let's just press no. We don't have the floppy disk, so it's not gonna be we're not gonna be prompted on inserting the floppy disk. Just press no, then press next. Then copy Windows, copy your files from here, then press next. Now it's copying the files to your computer, so we can use it in our virtual machine. Here we go, we are on 90%, and then 98, and we're done. And we need to restart the computer and finish it up. So again, we said click this, this drive, remove this. So again, if you didn't remove the disk, removed from the virtual drive, it's gonna put you in an infinite loop with the setup um, system. So we need to just remove the disk first. Remove the disk first, like earlier. This one, you need to remove it from your virtual drive before clicking finish and pressing OK. So now we're gonna press OK to restart the computer. Then there we go. It's gonna open Windows 95 again. There we go. When you're ready to run Windows 95 for the first time, then protection error. So in modern devices, there's a protection error with Windows 95. So what we need to do is put a fix. So I found a fix in the interwebs called fix CPU, because the CPU is a modern hardware doesn't isn't compatible with the 95, so it's gonna get an error because it's not gonna check, it's not gonna work with the original with the old hardware that Windows 95 is used. So what you need to do is insert insert a disk. There you go. Insert a disk. This is the Fix 95 CPU disk. So if we restart the machine, it's gonna be the fix is gonna be installed. There we go. We're gonna reset it. There we go. Now it's the red one. The thing support. Then press enter. Then rig the file. And just press N. And it's gonna install the high speed processor report. Now it's done. It's now fixed. Then we can now restart our computer. So just press any key and then remove this disk. Right. We need to remove the disk first, so we're not gonna go with infinite loop with the setup. So just press enter to restart the computer. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna reset the computer and let's see if it'll work now. Since it's already installed. There we go. Now it's now working with the setup menu. Then press normal. Now we're in our Windows 95. Just press end user and password is end user. Another password and user. Press OK. Now we're inside Windows 95. Folder, configuration mode, configuration style, and press yes. Now we're going with the hardware setup of Windows 95. It's opening. Here we go. Programs. It's finalizing the setup. Just for a moment. Since we still need to fix some stuff with Windows 95. There we go. We need to change the time zone. So we need to change the time zone. Our time zone is GMT plus 800. We need to use Hong Kong. There we go. There is a cool animation to check where we are, so we know what time zone we are. And press apply. Wait, then you check the begin time. I'm gonna use the BIOS begin time. So it's done. Then press apply. Press OK. It's now finalizing the installation. There we go. If you just press next, press next. Okay. Um, City, City, then next, next, next. This just for the modem. Then we can just cancel it if you want because we don't have a modem right now. For the Microsoft Fax. The printer, we don't need that because we don't have a good printer right now. You need to install a printer. So we can now restart our computer to finish the setup. There you go. Wait while your computer shuts down and it's gonna open Windows 95. There you go. We're on Windows 95 and there we are. We can now put our password, name, and user. The sounds and everything. Then you can now press close and here we are in Windows 95. We can check program, accessories, the facts, then the tools, integration, push one, find, check computer name, view, so on and so forth. You can check my computer. You see we have everything here, copy G, there's a floppy disk for drives, exit command, K. You can now delete this setup bin by the way. to save space. Just Windows 5. That's right. Push Windows. Yeah, we can now delete the set of files that we copied, so it saves space. Go to recycle bin, then we can just empty the bin, and we're done. Drag, drop, say games. I think this is games. Oh, this games. This is the oldest Microsoft Paint. No, Carvestone. Yeah, it's still Microsoft Paint. There's a calculator. 6 plus 7. They're an old calculator. There's also a CD player and other stuff for Microsoft 95, Windows 95. So okay, so we're done installing it, and we're done installing the Windows 95 in our virtual machine. So in retrospect, that's how you can download Windows 95 in the virtual machine. As you can see, it's already downloaded, and now we can just we're now done with the installation. So if we open it, it's gonna be stuck in this position because it's already it is already on a CRT monitor, so we can't do anything about it. And that's how it's done. And we're done with Windows 95. So if you have any questions, feel free to go to my web page, then you can find my contacts there, and you can check my other videos about Windows. So thank you for watching, and see you guys next time for Windows 98. Bye bye and have a nice day.